And here goes Hergesheimer in. Anything can happen. Passes over to Thurier. Thurier is in there. Passes over to Kelly. Kelly is in and takes his shot. But it's too high. It was over the head of goalie Dion. It goes down in back of the Buffalo cage. Thurier steals it down there, and he freezes the puck. He does with Mundvik. There's the referee's whistle, and there'll be a face-off in the oval to goalie Dion's left. Coming on the ice now for Buffalo is Boothman at center. Thurier and Mundvik kind of mixed it up a little bit down there, but they didn't throw any punches, so there's no penalty on the play. Hunt is coming on along with Lynn. Boothman, Hunt, and Lynn. On the ice for Cleveland now comes Motter and Danny Sprout. Motter left defense, Sprout right defense. We have 3 minutes and 15 seconds of playing time remaining, and the score, the Cleveland Barons 3, the Buffalo Bisons 2. This is the first game of the 4 out of 7 game series. First game in Cleveland tonight, the second in Buffalo Thursday, the third in Buffalo on Sunday, and the fourth game in Cleveland 1 week from tonight. There's a shot in there by Hergesheimer. He slipped it over to Kelly just as he was about to shoot. Now Kelly takes his shot, but it's wide to the right. Rebound is picked up by Hergesheimer. Hergesheimer takes his shot. Kelly has the puck. There's a backward shot in there by Kelly, but kicked out by Dion. And now it is Buffalo on the make, and carrying down is Hunt. Hunt is being covered by Hergesheimer, and the Cleveland defense pinches Hunt as he comes in there. The puck is stolen away by Danny Sprout. Passes out to Thurier. Thurier loses the puck out there to Field, the defenseman, and Field skates in, and he's bumped in there by Sprout. Boothman is knocked to the ice. There's the referee's whistle. We'll see what happens on that play. We have 2 minutes and 38 seconds of playing time remaining. The score 3-2 in favor of Cleveland. Boy, what a hockey game this has been. And the largest crowd of the season witnessing it. There's the face-off. Thurier gets the break. Thurier bats the puck over to Danny Sprout. Danny Sprout passes out to Hergesheimer. Hergesheimer is in for a shot. There he goes. But he was caught in there by the defense of McMahon and Field. They pinched him with that old scissors pinch. And now it is Buffalo in possession of the puck. Field has it. He's at his own blue line. He passes over to McMahon. McMahon skates down. And he passes over to Lynn. Lynn takes a shot. It's wide to Tino's right. Rebound is picked up by Hunt. Hunt is in there finagling beautifully, stick handling now. He's in, he takes his shot. It's wide to the right. And the puck is picked up by Thurier. Thurier freezes the puck, passes it over to Lynn. Lynn loses it to Hergesheimer. There goes Hergesheimer down the right lane. He's at the center line, passes over to Kelly. And Kelly is in. Kelly's in, passes over to Sprout. Sprout takes his shot, but Dion makes a magnificent save. A beautiful save. He didn't know where that puck was. It was a shot in there, but Dion kicked it out. And now we have exactly 1 minute and 53 seconds of playing time remaining. And here comes Cleveland's veteran line. Tommy Burlington, Bartholomew, Trudell. The same defense of Motter and Sprout stay on. New defense for Buffalo. It is Blake and Lassard. The line is Halderson. Hunt and Lynn stay on at the wings. Here comes Roger Leger on. Roger Leger is a defenseman. Mundvik is coming back on. We'll see what their line is. Leger replaces Lazard. Mundvik goes on at a wing. Buffalo hasn't used the same line at any two particular times throughout the evening. Well, there's the face-off. Tommy Burlington faces off down there with Halderson. Lou Trudell stole that puck away in a beautiful poke check, and Cleveland, of course, now is playing to kill that time. Roger Leger bumps Lou Trudell under the boards, but Rabbit McVeigh on top of the play doesn't call it. There's no penalty against Leger. He almost drove Trudell through the boards. Now we're detained again for a moment while Rabbit McVeigh throws a program off the ice. It'll be Halderson and Tommy Burlington that will face off here in a moment. It's inside the Buffalo blue line. Looking at that old clock now, we have exactly 1 minute and 41 seconds of playing time remaining. There is the face-off, and the puck is in possession of Buffalo. Mundvik has it. Mundvik loses on a poke check in center right. Bartholomew has it. He takes his shot from the blue line. It's wide to the right. Rebound is picked up by Leger. Leger forms a power drive now. Finally passes over to Halderson. And here they come. They take a shot, but it's wide to the right. Trudell has that puck for Cleveland. And he passes out there to Bartholomew. But Bartholomew couldn't find the puck for a moment. Finally, he does find it. Halderson has the puck. Look out for this one. There's a shot by Buffalo, but it's wide. Leger takes his shot. It is also wide. The puck is in back of the Cleveland cage. It's very exciting to the Cleveland cage. It's very exciting now for a moment. There's a shot in there by Hunt. Passes out to Leger. But Motter falls down and knocks the puck out over the blue line. Now Cleveland in possession. Motter has it. Motter passes over to Bartholomew. Bartholomew is in. Bartholomew takes his shot, but it's wide to the Owens right. And the puck is down in back of the cage. And on the play, Blake is hurt. Blake, the defenseman of Buffalo, is hurt, and he's holding his face, and he doesn't get up. He's laying on the ice, down and back, of the Buffalo net. on the western end of the arena. The referees have skated over now to see what has gone wrong. The Buffalo trainer is running out on the ice. And so we'll be detained here again for a moment. Getting you abreast of that play now. It is Cleveland 3, Buffalo 2, and we have exactly 50 seconds of playing time remaining. Friends, I want to present Don Budge and Bobby Riggs at the end of this particular game. So while that injury is out, I'd like to give you this final resume now. In the first period at 6:11, McMahon scored unassisted. Bisons and Lassard receiving penalties. In the second period at 18:12, Sprout scored for Cleveland, Trigg and Fourier getting the assist, and it was 1-1. The penalties in period 2, Motter, Cooper, and Field. In the third period, Hergesheimer scored. Fourier and Sprout getting the assist, putting Cleveland out in front 2-1. At 12:02, Fourier made it 3-1, and at 15:10, Mundvik made it 3-2. So all right, there's the puck is dropped now. Play has been resumed. Hunt is coming down, passes the puck across the ice. Motter is in to cover Mundvik, and the puck is picked up by Hollerson. Trudell has the puck, and Trudell ices the puck, and there'll be a face-off of the oval to Harvey Tino's right. Cleveland now, and there'll be a face-off of the oval to Harvey Tino's right. Cleveland now, of course, with a one-goal advantage, are trying to kill that clock as rapidly as they can. Here comes Fourier, perhaps the smartest hockey player in the American Hockey League. He comes out there to replace Tommy Burlington. It is Fourier, Kelly, and Trudell. The Cleveland defense is still Motter and Davidson. They've taken the goalie out for Buffalo now. They're using 6 forwards. The goalie is out. It is Hollerson, Lynn, Hunt, Leger, and Field. And McMahon also. They're going to try desperately now. They have no goalie. The goalie is gone, so they have 6 forwards. Hunt refuses to get onside, and now Eddie Burke says get onside, or I'll send you to the penalty box. Now we're ready to go. Again, Hunt is over, offside. He won't stay onside. Now somebody crosses the program at the back of his neck. So we're delayed now while we get that program off the ice. All right, we're ready to drop the puck. There it is. It's dropped. And the puck goes out to Leger. Leger loses the puck for a moment. Here's a shot. There's a shot in there by McMahon, but Harvey kicks it out. Here's a shot in there by Lynn. It's not good. We have 18 seconds of playing time remaining. Trudell has the puck, and Trudell bats the puck out to the blue line. They're mixing it up in front of the Cleveland cage. There's Harvey Tino on a nice save. And now the puck is down at the other end of the ice. There it goes. All the way down. The referee's whistle. And we have 4 seconds of playing time remaining. Oh, man. This crowd of 12,359 are going plain nuts. Buffalo has taken their goalie out. They have put 6 forwards on. And Cleveland is doing their utmost to protect that 1-goal lead. This is the first game of the 4 out of 7 game series. We have 4 seconds. Just time for a face-off. Fourier is facing off down there now with Hollerson. There's the face-off. There's the puck. Cleveland has it, and they toss it up in the air. There's the gong. The game is over. The game is over. And the final score, Cleveland 3, Buffalo 2. The final score, Cleveland 3, Buffalo 2. Ladies and gentlemen, what a hockey game this has been. All right, I think we have about 7 or 8 minutes, and I'm going to present Don Budge and Bobby Riggs in a moment. But for the late tuners in this hectic hockey game, I'll give you the picture again. The crowd began to form here shortly after 4 o'clock this evening. All of the reserve seats were sold early in the week, and it was known by all the hockey enthusiasts that no reserve seats could be purchased. So shortly after 4 o'clock, a long line of hockey enthusiasts began to form before the multiple windows here in the lobby of the Cleveland Arena. So we came here tonight. Every single available inch was packed with some person who wanted to see this important blue ribbon playoff game. The total attendance tonight, 12,359. It's a panorama of humanity that no human being will ever forget. Jammed like sardines in the red, white, and blue seats. Don Budge tossed out the first puck tonight. Chester Zahn of WTAM sang the national anthem. And a most enthusiastic crowd let go. They seemed to roar every time Cleveland had the puck. It didn't make any difference whether they were taking a shot, whether they were just in possession of the puck in any given zone, in their own zone, the center zone, or in Buffalo's zone. As soon as a Cleveland player touched that puck, they let out a great roar. It resembled a great crowd at a Western Conference football game, or a great crowd for one of the blue ribbon games of the World Series. It was easily the most enthusiastic and largest crowd that has jammed their way in here to hockey this season. And now getting you abreast with the play again, here are the scores. In the first period at 6:11, McMahon scored. Pete Bisson was in the penalty box. Second period, 18-12, Sprout scored. In the third period at 3:52, Hergesheimer scored. The game was then delayed for 5 minutes. At 12:02, Thurier put Cleveland out in front 3-1. At 15:10, Mundrich scored, and it was 3-2. The penalties, Bisons and Lassard. 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 The penalties. Period. Motter, Cooper, and Field in the second period. And we're in a racket, man. So without further ado, don't make me ask you any questions, Don. I'm all out of breath with this technical affair. Go on, tell me about the hockey game, and then go into your plug for tennis.
Well, Tom, after listening to you talk about the hockey match tonight, I feel very embarrassed even talking about tennis because you did such a noble job. I'm sure the people listening in on the radio audience certainly got a very vivid and clear picture of what transpired here tonight because I was standing over your shoulder for a while watching you narrate, and I might say that that's nice, very nice narrating, too. Tomorrow night, folks, as you know, we're playing a tennis match here, one of a series to decide who's going to be the world's professional champion. Bobby Riggs and I have played 14 matches so far. Bobby has won 12 and I've won 2. This seems like quite a deficit to overcome. But Tom, actually, I really believe that the last few matches I've finally gotten onto what I think is my own game again. And I've won 2 out of the last 5 matches that we've played. So I have every hope and ambition of overcoming and overtaking this young fellow Bobby Riggs on this large lead that he has so far. So tomorrow night, I hope that we have a lot of enthusiastic tennis fans because I hope to make it 2 straight tomorrow night as I managed to come out on top in Buffalo last night.
Well, I'm for you, Don. We're ready to stick together, see? Because you're so far back now, we'll give you a chance to catch up. Come on in here, Bobby Riggs. Welcome to Cleveland. Bobby, you look grand now. Bobby, let's have a little picture of you. You're one of the smaller men in tennis, so I'm going to ask you, how tall are you? What do you weigh, Bobby?
5'7", 140, Tom.
Well, how do you account for all this beating you're giving this big redhead guy?
Just very eager. They call me an eager beaver. You know, I'm on my toes and raring to go every minute out there, and I'm running all the big redhead shots right down, you know, staying on the ball every minute.
Bobby, where's your home?
Chicago, I make my home now, although I come from sunny Southern California.
Bobby, what's your advice to the kids starting out this time of year in this racket game?
I would say if I were a youngster starting out to play that I'd get a good racket, a good coach, and play 6 or 7 hours a day, play better players, all that I could, get good coaching, and just bear down and play all they possibly can.
Bobby, America should be proud of you. Do you think we've got a chance with some of the foreign teams, Bobby?
Yes, I do. I think America win the Davis Cup this year with Jackie Kramer, Frankie Parker, Ted Schroeder, and Billy Talbot as team members to go to Australia. I think they'll bring it back on their first try.
Bobby, loads of luck to you. And Clevelanders, come on out tomorrow night and see Don Budge and Bobby Riggs. They're 2 grand kids, and they play their hearts out for you. Now, the tickets will be on sale at the usual place, and if you just tuned in again, particularly our many friends up there in the Dominion of Canada, and we realize the hockey game is being heard throughout Florida, also out on the West Coast and down on the East Coast. So hello to all of you from WTAM. That's the story of hockey here tonight. The final score, Cleveland 3, Buffalo 2. This was the first game of the 4 out of 7 series. Now the second and third game will be played in Buffalo on Thursday night and on Sunday night. Buffalo and Cleveland play the 4th game here at the Cleveland Arena next Tuesday night. And I might whisper in your ear, get your tickets early because they're going like hotcakes. If the game, of course, goes beyond the 4, well, just tune us in at 6:25 any night on WTAM. We'll keep you abreast with it. Now your play-by-play announcer has been Tom Manning. At the controls is Howard Spiller. Thank you, Howard, for a swell job. I know it was tough to control that game tonight. But that's the story from our radio box high above the playing surface at Cleveland's $1 Million Arena. So we conclude a game that we shall never forget. It was a honey. I hope that you'll all have a chance to see at least one Cleveland Buffalo game. Good night from the arena. Take it away, studio.